There we go. Looks like we are now streaming live to the world. Hopefully everybody is picking us up, and all 1,000 of you that are watching right now.
Yeah. Okay, I shared it.
A couple minutes late here, but we got to get our butts in gear. Well, fortunately today, Steve, we don't have a huge show to talk about unless we really get chatting about things, because we're going to talk about something important, but something that's probably not going to take a whole lot of time, and that is something near and dear to both of us, and that is YouTube itself, because there are changes coming to YouTube. Actually, they've already come, but we're going to talk about what we mean by that in just a minute. So, are you ready to get this show on the road? Let's do it.
I am ready.
All right.
Sorry we're late.
In 5, 4. On today's episode of Video Marketing Madness, we're going to discuss the major changes at YouTube for 2020. And, of course, today's episode is made possible by our good friends at Lead Kahuna. If you are looking for leads for your business, well, you can't go wrong if you use Lead Kahuna. You can search up all sorts of data on businesses all around you, from plumbers to lawyers to doctors to dentists to pole dancers and everything in between. You can search them up inside of Lead Kahuna and find out their names, address, phone numbers, how many people work at their business, their Facebook, their Twitter, their YouTube, everything else in between, how many good reviews and bad reviews they have, all in one dashboard. And then you can email them, or you can send a a voice message to them, or you can even send them a card in the mail. Any of those things can be done directly inside of Lead Kahuna. So if you run a business that needs leads from other businesses, well,
there's a lead now.
You need to jump on that right away. That was a lead right there, kind of.
Hey, I landed a new piece of business this week from Lead Kahuna.
Well, good. Well, let's wait until after the music to talk about that.
Okay.
Duh.
The music now, Maestro.
All right, Lead Kahuna, check it out. RayTheVideoGuy.com/leads, LEADS. We'll have a nice little webinar on there that you can watch, and then you can pick up Lead Kahuna and start making millions as fast as 5 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Which is weird because the webinar's an hour long, but who cares?
That's right.
Anyway, here comes the theme song. Get ready, everybody. Woo!
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.
And it's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. GoVMM.com, the homepage where you can find all the podcatchers to subscribe to and get social with us. And, of course, the biggie, Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe, leave a 5-star review.
It's like Pokemon. You got to catch them all.
That's right. So
makes no sense, but who cares?
What I decided to do after our last show, which was 2 weeks ago because you were talking about Lead Kahuna, I decided probably the easiest point of entry was the social media, posting on social media. And there is a module within the offerings from David Sprague called Bright Social that allows you to post on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Google My Business and a few others. So I decided to send out an email, very simple. You know, I can, and by the way, they help you curate the content. There are packages in there and stuff.
Oh, yes.
And so I've just been sending out a simple email saying, are you posting enough? Do you need some help? I can do it for you. Facebook, all these other things. Hit reply to have me call you, and I landed a deal last week with a dentist. Dentists seem to be, I mean, don't set this in stone, but dentists seem to be the most responsive to it. They're very busy. So they don't really have the time to post, but they seem to recognize the value. I mean, most of them have Facebook and Instagram at least, and a lot of them have Twitters. From
they seem to like the dentists seem to like Instagram. I was having a conversation with one about an hour ago specifically about that. They really want to hit it on Instagram, so it seems to be popular for dentists. I guess because of all the imagery that they can use for before and afters and smiles and things like that. So it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, and so I landed a nice little deal, and I'm going to hit roofers too. Any
Roofers
more than
have
that
responded very well for us lately.
have they? Okay, on social media. Social media. Okay. Okay. It's good to know.
Yep. And video too, but they just seem to be the most responsive to anything we send them. We now it's kind of funny. The dentists have been very good with that, and the dentists actually seem to take action. The roofers tend to respond to the emails the most, but then just kind of you have to chase them down in order to get them to follow through after that. That seems to be the case. So I'm not sure why that is, but that seems to be the deal. We've got quite a few roofers on our documents right now, but some of them we're just chasing down to get them to actually get started with things. So it just seems they're very good. They're easy to reach, but they do need a little bit of chasing down to get them going. But we did sign 3 roofers. Well, they're technically not roofers. They're construction people, but they do roofing. They're not specifically just roofers. But we signed 3 of them last week to deals that deal with social media and with video and reputation. So when you do get them, they do pretty good for you. So
Yeah. Well, cool. That's So we'll see what happens with this. But I just started it and I got a customer, so that's a good deal. Rep marketing, boy, that's a tough thing to lead with right now, in my opinion. And I could be wrong. It seems like that might be saturated. A lot of people have been out there doing the song and dance on reputation marketing for a while.
yeah, I tend to put that in the background and lead off with videos or with social media, and then get them into the reputation on the back end, because that's a more expensive product anyway. So it's easier to get them in the door and then move them up to that. But
And since you're Ray the video guy, leading with videos makes sense.
well, you know what though, the local marketers probably don't know that that's who I am though.
Well, but okay, let me put it this way: if you lead with video and they get in touch with you, they know that it's a core competency. So you're leading with a core competency, and you can actually do something with it. I'm pretty good at the marketing end, but I'm not Ray the video guy.
That's right. You are not, and quit pretending that you are.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
Parties.
I like your glasses. For those of you watching the Facebook
Thank
Live,
you.
They make you look like a scientist or something.
Interesting. I'm still not used to them. It's very difficult. These are supposed to be wear all the time glasses. They're progressives, so they
Wait a
tend
minute,
to like certain types of
progressives?
politics.
Why are you having anything to do with progressives?
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? This political
Yeah.
stuff's killing me. No, it starts up, so down here on the bottom is for close up, and looking through the top is for far away. And you're supposed to be able to walk around and drive with these things on. And wowzers, I cannot really walk around and drive with these things on. I feel like I've got a plastic bag over my head and I'm looking through it.
You'll get used to it.
It's crazy. But
You'll get
the
used to
funny thing is, so far I've got these. There's a company called Foster Grant, who they make reader glasses that you can get at like CVS. They're a little more expensive. They're not the $3 ones. They're like $40, $40. Okay. I like them way better than these so far. You don't wear those Foster Grants when you're driving or walking around. They're only for watching a computer screen or looking at your phone. But they're much better for looking at your phone, because the change in them is so dramatic from far away to close that there's only like a little sliver of these glasses that actually you can see your phone with. So even if you're looking at your phone, half the phone is still, blurry, but just what you're looking at is clear.
You'll get used to it. I mean, that's called bifocals. Everybody, and you got bigger lenses than I do, so I don't know.
I do, yeah,
I've gotten
these are
so
bigger,
used
so
to
you'd think
it.
it would be better. So,
But you know what you look like? You look like one of the original NASA scientists, 1958.
I know. I look like some sort of like church leader at some church.
Yeah.
When they look at you get the pictures on the wall of like the old pastors from like
Yeah,
the 50s.
right. Yeah.
So, Except they'd have frames
Pastor
all over.
Pastor Ray, 1952 to 58. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, but enough about my glasses. Let's talk about what we're really here to talk about, and that is our old friend YouTube, because they're making some changes, Steve. They're making some changes again. Now, I saw this article that popped up about YouTube's changing their look, and I'm like, uh-oh, what are they doing now? Well, it comes to find out, they're not changing their look. What they're doing is our old friend, the Creator Studio, is finally going to be gone completely come March. So we will be stuck with the new back end, whether we like it or not, come March. You won't be able to go to the Classic Studio anymore. You will only be able to use the new one, which is okay. In some ways, I really like the new one. I think that some of the things they display, like analytics and everything, are much nicer and cleaner, and certainly the menus are nicer and cleaner. But I still find things are hard to find, and they're in weird places. And getting to them is not always, ideal. I sit there going, how do I get to this again? And then I just go to the Classic Studio.
Classic Studio, things are kind of where I expected them to be.
Yeah.
And the new Creator Studio, not as much. It's just, for me, it's not as intuitive,
No, I agree, because they kind of hide things. So instead of, everything just being there, boom, 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 on the Classic one, it's like, you go to this and it's got these things inside of it, but they're labeled differently, and you think, why would that be in here? That doesn't make any sense that it's in this folder. So it's just very difficult to find things in there. I still like to go back to the Classic, but apparently we'll only be able to do that for the next couple of weeks, because March they're going to be removing that completely. So we got to get used to it and make sure that we're starting to use the new YouTube Studio instead of the Creator Studio. So they even give it a new name. It's called YouTube Studio now. But like I said, some of the things are actually better than they were before. So it's, it is appreciated in some ways, but in some ways it's a little bit more difficult and less intuitive. But hopefully we'll get used to that and start to do some really good stuff with that. But
cool.
We'll have to have a little funeral for the Classic one, as it is definitely going to be going away, and there's nothing that we can do about it. So.
No. Once they decide to do something, that's it.
Which is good. We'll get used to it. Now, I will say this. One of the other changes, and I think we've talked about this a little bit a couple of weeks ago, they're changing the way that you upload videos as well. And so now when you upload a video, it's actually kind of nicer, actually. You really get to go through different things and step by step. So they take you to step one, where you put in some of your information and you choose that it's not made for kids, and you do the other things. Then you go to the next step where it says right there, hey, do you want to add an end screen, and do you want to add cards to it? And it's like, okay, great. They're going to put that right there. And then you go to the last one, and the last one is where you can add some of your things. But tags are hidden. You gotta do a drop down to find the tags, to be able to put your tags in there now, and your location and all of that stuff. But it is there. But the biggest downfall to me is you can only upload one video at a time now.
Yeah.
So if you made a series of videos, like 10 videos, you have to go and upload one video, go through the whole process, upload the second video, go through the whole process, upload the third video, go through the whole process, fourth, etc. And that takes a long time. Whereas before, what I used to do is I would drop in all 10, and they would all go boom, 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 boom down the screen, and I could fill in all the information all at once, hit go, and it would just do all of them at the same time. Now you got to kind of sit around and do each one individually. And to me, that's a real step backwards and kind of sad. And I wish that wasn't the case, but unfortunately, it's what we have to live with.
Maybe they did that intentionally.
There could well be the case. They may have intentionally done that to stop people from putting up a bunch of videos. But really, that doesn't make sense, because you can schedule videos. So why would you not, let people do that? Upload your 10 videos, schedule one every week, or what have you. Just doesn't make sense that they're not going to do that for you anymore, and that you have to do it individually.
Maybe they thought uploading 10 at one time was spammy. I don't know. I don't know. Guessing.
I'm not sure. I don't see why it would be, but I mean, I do see how it could be, but I don't see how it would be for most. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hopefully, they're gonna figure out some of the things with that and fix that around. But, those are some of the changes that are coming there. And, of course, going back, we have to talk about the whole, for kids, not for kids stuff, because that is also a big change there. everything you put up there, you need to tell them, is this for kids or not for kids? And if you don't do it, you could literally get sued by the government. You could get your content banned. You could, all sorts of different things. So you got to make sure that you do that as well. But there's a lot of neat things. My biggest problem with the new back end and with all this stuff is they haven't really added anything that improves. They just made it look different. There's no new tools in there. There's no new, at least not that I can think of off the top of my head, that they've added to make this better. They've maybe changed the order of how you do things a little bit, and it certainly looks a little better in some ways, but, there's just nothing really new that could really improve that. Now, they're also making another change, Steve, and you may not have heard this yet, or at least they're thinking of making a change, and that has to do with advertisements. They're thinking of limiting the length of YouTube advertisements, which is kind of silly if you think about it, because people can skip the ads anytime they want, after 5 seconds. So I'm not sure why they said they don't want them to be as intrusive, but if a video is, if an ad is a minute long or 10 minutes long, if you can hit skip at any time, I'm not sure how that really affects things. But apparently they want to go shorter.
And the ones that you can't skip, which is another interface that I'm not privy to, but the ones that you can skip are only 10 seconds. No, the ones you cannot skip. Forgive me. The ones you cannot skip are only 10 seconds. The ones you can skip, you can get out of them after, 10 seconds?
5 seconds.
5 seconds. So, I don't get that at all.
I'll tell you, if there's one thing they can improve on, because I watch a lot of YouTube stuff. I have YouTube, even just entertainment stuff running all the time. For those of you who don't know, one of the things I geek out to is watching videos on retro computing and watching people restore old Commodore 64s and things like that. But one of the problems that I have is the ads are so just randomly placed. The guy can be in the middle of a sentence and an ad starts. To me, I would love to see them create an interface where if I'm creating content, I can decide this is where I would want the ad to come in. So I can have a pause there or a break, let an ad run, have a pause and a break, let an ad run. That's how TV does it. That's how Hulu does it. Why can't we get YouTube to do the same thing? I think that would make life a whole lot easier when it comes to, advertising. And I do have to say, some of the videos that I watch, just way too many ads. More ads than TV. Like, it seems like every 20 seconds, boom, another ad pops up.
Yeah.
And sometimes those are banners, but when they're rolling ads and, you're watching 20 seconds, a rolling ad comes up, it comes back 20 seconds later, it's a bit much. I don't see that too often, but I have seen that where they're just running ads, it seems, a lot more often. And that seems to be more obtrusive than anything else. For me, if you want to run more ads, why not do an ad break that has 2 or 3 ads in it like Hulu does? I know they want to get people back to the videos quickly, but if you're going to do that many ads, why not just have an ad break where there's, 3 ads in there that people can watch or skip? And I think they're starting to do that. If I remember correctly, I think I've seen where they've started to do multiple ads for that, but we'll see. Maybe I'm imagining that, but I believe that was something that I had seen. So we'll see if that comes. I'd imagine it would. And as people get more sophisticated with making videos, perhaps they'll start to do those ad break points where you can, people are smart enough to create a point where they can run ads, like on TV and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So that's something I would love to see, but who knows? We'll never know. But, YouTube, 1.8 billion users per month.
Wow.
Pretty incredible. So they must be doing something right because people are watching. But, certainly we can all improve in different ways. No doubt about that.
And I was talking with our friend Fireman Mike this past week.
Were you really? I haven't talked to him in years.
And he, of course, really kind of went into business 10 years ago, back in the days where you could make a YouTube video, keyword optimize it, build a link wheel, and it's on page 1 for just about everything. And that's where he started. Yep. And I happened to mention to him that, I can't get him to rank anymore. And he said, me either. He said, but what I am able to convince clients of is to make a video that we can put on their website because it's going to help it to rank. It's going to also keep people on the website longer. And he said it's going to show up in YouTube. And he said, I still think there's value in showing up at the top of YouTube for any keyword.
Absolutely is. There absolutely is. You know, the thing about YouTube when it comes to local businesses, are people going to local businesses to search for a plumber? Probably not very often. They're more likely to be going to YouTube to learn about how to fix a stopped up drain. You know, so strategically using that to your advantage is probably what you need to be doing, and making sure that you show up when people are searching for those things. But people do watch, and of course, you know, running YouTube ads, that to me is a big deal. You know, I was talking to one of our dental clients this morning, and he runs one ad right now. He just runs one ad. We're still testing it for him, and he only runs, I think he does, you know, maybe I think like $400 this past month in running the ads. Nothing major.
Okay. Yeah.
But, you know, for that $400, he gets a couple hundred clicks to the website. That's pretty good. Now, he's a dentist, so it's a little more timely. You know, for instance, if you're a plumber running an ad, or if you are an accident lawyer running an ad, you know, you're just trying to get attention so that when people need you, you're top of mind. With dental stuff, I think it's a little more immediate, that it's like, I need a dentist. Oh, here's a dentist right here. You know, so you have to be a little more in your face. But he gets a lot of clicks from that, and those people are people that are watching in his area, and it's very easy to set that up. It's not a complicated, you know, big crazy YouTube ads strategy with this, because he's just trying to get in front of people in that area when they're watching YouTube. And, you know, whether you are 18 or 80, you need a dentist. So it's not like there's certain things. Now, maybe you're some sort of concierge dentist and you only want to deal with the people in the top 10%, you know, earners, and that's one thing. But for most dentists, they're looking to get, you know, a cross section of society, and being able to advertise locally in that area, but be broad enough to get everybody who's watching is usually good enough to get some really nice results with that. And that's what we're able to do, and keep it inexpensive. We're not trying to do big fancy ads for a lot of these guys. Now, some we do, but for the most part, we're trying to be very, you know, straightforward. And that works really well. And, of course, you know, we talked about YouTube changes. Well, Google Ads have changed, not only their name, but they've changed the way that they do things, and things are a little cleaner and nicer there now as well. But it's very, very easy to run a simple YouTube campaign and get people to jump in and, you know, get some clicks.
And one good thing about Google Ads, if you need help, you can get it right away. You can do a chat. There's somebody YouTube there right away.
Which, by the way, if anybody knows how to get in touch with YouTube, I've been trying to get in touch with them for ages. I've got some issues that I've got to get resolved, and, you know, I can't seem to get anybody to resolve them. And even with the help sites and everything, I've posted stuff to there. I've searched for stuff there, and nobody seems to be able to understand what my problem is. What I have is some channels that just randomly, all of a sudden their icon disappeared, and it's just got the little blue icon. And no matter how much I try to re-upload the icon, it won't upload. It just stays that little blue icon.
I wonder if that has something to do with them bringing down Google Plus.
I wondered that too, but the timing didn't seem to make sense. But also, I noticed that on those, or at least some of them that I've checked, when I try to add a manager, it won't let me add a manager anymore either. So something's going on there, but I don't have any strikes or anything like that. But for some reason, won't let me do it. So
well, that's weird.
Call me crazy, but
you're crazy.
Want to do it for me? I am crazy.
But it has nothing to do with the problems you're having with YouTube.
But yeah, so that's the other issue. I wish they would change that and make themselves more accessible. I guess if I still lived in California, I could go right to the the YouTube studio there and probably find somebody that could answer that. But it just seems very difficult to get a real answer when you have a real issue. And I don't know if that's affecting anything else on my channel. As far as, because technically speaking, in order to have certain certain tools, you're supposed to have an icon. Well, my icon's vanished and won't let me put another one, so am I going to lose those tools? Who knows? Am I being blocked from certain things because of that? That's what I got to figure out. I don't know what we did wrong. And it was like all on the same day, just a handful of channels under different accounts. So it wasn't like they were all in one account or anything. It was in different Gmail accounts and totally different channels. But just they just started disappearing, and I couldn't get them to go back.
Now, one thing I've noticed is that I will have, and I don't know why, but some of my channels, I've got 2 different Gmail accounts associated with it. And
you can do that. You can associate multiple.
Yeah, but I didn't ask it to do that, and I've got 2 different. I think it's Gmail. Well, Google accounts associated, so they have to be a Gmail, and so I had to kind of take a guess at which one was the YouTube channel. The actual YouTube channel. And I don't know if I'm describing this exactly correctly, but it was something like that. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it or what.
I don't know. It's a little odd, and I hope to get it fixed someday. But I've been trying to get somebody to help me to fix that for a while now, and I just can't seem to get anybody that
be darned
is able to do it. So. And I can't seem to find anybody who's had a similar problem. I look up on their help section and nothing shows up there. So just so you know, even I have issues with YouTube.
Even Ray, the video guy.
Indeed. Yeah. So, but there you go. That's our changes at YouTube. Remember, you got to choose whether or not your stuff is for kids or not. You're going to have to get used to the new YouTube Studio instead of the Creator Studio. So start getting in there and playing around with that. Those menus are a little funky and in weird places, but they do look better. So there you go. And I'm sure many things will continue to change, but come beginning of March, you're not going to be able to go back to the old one. So get used to it, folks.
Wild, wacky stuff. And I have gotten used to it. I've been used to it for quite a few months now. 6 months I've been using it, I think.
I've been using it for a while, but I still get confused by it sometimes and go back to the old one.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, well, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do about that there, huh, Ray?
They want to impeach Trump. They should impeach the president of YouTube until they get these things right.
There you go. He's done something wrong. The president.
I think it's a she, actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Can't remember her name, but I believe it's
right. Yeah, I think
you're
right.
They announced, by the way, finally, Google, ABC, whatever the heck you want to call it, they finally have revealed what YouTube actually makes, and it's about $15 billion a year that it brings in. Nice. Not too bad at all.
Good gig if you can get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be honest, I'm surprised it's as low as that, but it's still pretty darn good.
Yeah, there's a lot of people making money, with the AdSense revenue. It's pretty cool.
Yes, indeed. And by the way, they're also they're also going to be cracking down on. Well, actually, one of the stories is running right on our thing right here, right now. Radicalization. They're going to be cutting down on that. They're going to be cutting a lot more on people that are writing, real negative attack type stuff in comments. They're going to really start to crack down on that, which is pretty good.
I saw that.
It's a little wild. So.
I saw that. Yeah. Well, you got a lot of trolls, and they're there just to troll. Yeah,
but all these changes, they're only going to help us. And if you're out there working with YouTube, you can really start to do some good stuff for clients or yourself, make sales. I mean, it's just a wonderful market out there. And the fact that they are making changes, we may disagree with some of them. We may have to get used to some of them, but at least they're out there doing something and working on it. And that's all we can really ask of anybody. Keep moving forward. Move forward or die. And that's
right. Move forward.
Yes, indeed. So, all right, Steve, with that, I think we'll call this one good. Now that people understand some of the changes, they can go out and get prepared for them and, make sure that you've got everything in order so that you can continue to do everything that you're doing without slowing down. So get used to that YouTube Studio. Good stuff.
Yep. Good stuff.
If you're learning.
Good times. Good times.
So with that, another episode of Video Marketing Madness is in the can of tuna. And,
can of tuna.
Yes, the can of tuna. And so you can watch it anytime. Be sure to catch us on those podcasters. Leave us those 5-star reviews. Give us some comments below if you know anything about YouTube that we missed today, that as we're talking about this, because we always love to hear your comments. You are the backbone of these great podcasts that people put out, so make sure that you keep your voice heard by commenting and giving your reviews and your feedback. We all love all of that, so be sure to do it. And until next time, I'm Ray the Video Guy, that's Steve Sleeper, and today's episode is made possible by our good friends at Lead Kahuna. That's right, Lead Kahuna. If you work with local businesses, doctors, lawyers, dentists, flower shops, pole dancers, everything in between, as I said before, you can search them up on Lead Kahuna. Just put in their dentist in your town. It's going to pull up all those dentists, and you're going to get their name, their address, when they started business, their website, their email, how fast their website is, whether it's SSL, protected, whether it's a WordPress site or a Wix site. You'll be able to see all of this. You'll be able to see bad reviews, good reviews, how many stars they have on YouTube, on Google. You'll be able to see if they have a YouTube, they have a Facebook, they have a Twitter, if they have an Instagram. You'll be able to see if they've got retargeting set up, if they've got a video on their website. You'll be able to see if they've got an opt-in form on their website. All of this inside of one platform. You find the ones that fit what you need. If you're looking to sell SSL, you look for all the ones that don't have it, and boom, you can send out a message selling them SSL. If they don't have a video, you can sell them videos. If they've got bad reviews, you can sell them on reputation marketing. Just pull the ones you want, boom, email them out. Yes, Steve, what do you got to say about all that?
Here's one. People who have not claimed their GMB.
Yep, that's a big one.
That's still a lot of businesses.
That is a lot of businesses. In fact, I was reading a website the other day, and it was a sales page, and it was talking about how it was kind of ridiculous. It said, talked about how many businesses there are out there, and it says most of them don't have websites, which is ridiculous. Of course, most of them do have websites. Many of them may have bad websites, but I ran into 2 clients this week that didn't even have a website at all. Nothing. So you'd be able to find that out with Lead Kahuna, and you'd be able to reach out to them and try to sell them on a website. Find out if they got bad reviews, sell them on reputation. Find out if they've got a Twitter account and a Facebook account and a YouTube channel, but they don't have the graphic on the page. You can sell that to them all from inside of Lead Kahuna, and you can get exactly what you need. Email them out. You can send them voice messages, and you can even mail out to them with nice little cards, all from inside one product, Lead Kahuna, worth every penny that it costs to get started so that you can get new businesses. You can check it out right now at raythevideoguy.com/leads. And with that, Steve, another episode is done. So let's
hit the music maestro. Get
right.
down and get the funky.
He's
It's a Ray the Video Guy.
Yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at. Even if he's a little fat, he's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy. Yeah, Ray the Video Guy.
Okay, we're good. Woo! We're good. We're done. Yay! I can't hear you anymore.
Because I had it on mute.
Yes, you did.
This isn't quite as gray. I might do this next time. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Rock and roll. Got a lot of shadows, though.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Rock and roll. All righty. Well, my friend. Well, my excellent friend. Have a good weekend.
All right, I will.
All righty. Ta-ta for now.
All right, cool. See
Later.
ya. Bye.
Bye.